Hey, Tony Gaskins here, popping in. Now, this is something I've been thinking about, been looking at, and of course, this is some men. Why some men? But I'm seeing it more and more often, and there is this pride and this joy that men get by putting our foot on the neck of a woman, and especially the black woman. And it's sad, it's sickening, it's disgusting. And a lot of guys, they call what I'm talking about, they call me a simp. And it's really just because of their own pain. It's really because of their own heartbreak, their own mistakes, their own upbringing. So it's some men were raised by a woman who spoiled them and who made him her king. So he didn't really learn a respect for women because his mom always catered to him. She did whatever it took to get him the latest pair of Jordans, and she dressed him like the men she wanted to date, from his hair to his jewelry to his clothes. And so even as a young boy, he loves his mother, but he sees women as disposable. He sees women as do-girls. Then you have the man, and so that man can grow to actually hate women, like despise women who are not his mother. Because it's like, hey, you're not my mom. You'll never be my mom. You can't compare to my mom. I love my mom. You always come second to my mom because she's my queen, but you ain't her. You ain't carry me 9 months. You ain't feed me. You ain't put clothes on my back. So I'm going to use you, and you're going to do for me what she did for me, but I'm not going to love you the way I love her. And so that's the approach that type of man takes. Then you have the man who his mother was abusive, and she would punch him in the face, hit him in the head, because she was beat up while she was growing up by her mom or her dad or her husband or boyfriend. And she feel like, if you gonna be a man, you got to be tough, and I'm not finna be babying you. I ain't with it. What, boy? And she was abusive to him when he was a child, before he could get with her and he could do something to her. But because he know when he grew and he knew he was stronger than her, he didn't want to take it out on her. And so he took it out on other women. He gave other women the beatings he wished he could have gave his mother, but he couldn't give her because that's his blood, that's his mother. So he takes it out on every girlfriend. And he doesn't know how to love a woman. So in turn, he hates a woman, and he really hates a woman because he feels like his mama hated him. And so you have that type of man. Then you have the type of man that his mom was an addict, and she was absent, and she slept with men for money. She did things for drugs. As he was growing up, all of the dope boys and the guys in the neighborhood would kind of look at him strange because his mom was their client. And so it made him despise her. It made him not like her. And therefore, he grows up and he takes that out on women. And so this is just a few of these examples, okay, when it comes from motherhood. Then you have the guy who he wanted this woman and this girl or this woman, and he tried to get her, and she brushed him off. She made fun of him, and then she went with a guy that's like the opposite of him. That guy never got over that. And today, now that he is taller, or he makes money, or he has a job, or he's grown into himself, or he can do something for himself, and now he's like seen as handsome, when before he was like the little nerdy kid with glasses. and the big nose. But now that he can, put on a suit and look sophisticated and have more options, now he want to put his foot on a woman's neck and make her feel less than, like you're nothing. But really it's from his own insecurities. And then you have the guy who because of his style, he was funny, or he had money. His mom was the one who kept him in the Jordans and the latest clothes, but yet he was kind of looks challenged. But because of what he had going on, his mama nice car, his nice clothes, his comedic timing, he was able to get the pretty girl. So he got the pretty girl, but she cheated on him with who she really wanted, the attractive dope boy. He found out all the guys is, riding them and clowning them. Oh, your girl cheating on you. Oh, she's sleeping with Peanut. Hey, woo, Peanut, take your girl. Hey, So now he hates women. Every woman after her has to pay the price for what she did. And then that could also happen in adulthood. A lot of men, they go and they try to get this woman that looks like a bombshell to them, or she looks like the adult version of the girl he had a crush on in middle school or high school or even elementary. He uses his job status or his income and he gets her. He gets her, but it's all for looks. She may have no character. She may have no class. She may be, have worked in the sex industry or been an exotic dancer, and she wants something different. She used to the fast life, to the money. She really not into this 9-to-5 type of guy, and or this guy who at this income level, she used to being able to do more with the man she dealing with. So that guy still around, still in her DM, still in her text. He come around, boom, shoot her some messages. This dude on work, on a trip for business or what have you, or he cheat on her, and then she cheat bigger. She go to a dude that really got that money, really got swagger, really on that next level as far as attractiveness is concerned. And now this dude, even though he cheated on her, or if he was perfect, it go both ways, he crushed. Now he hates women. So now look, the type of guy that does not hate women, meaning that he can love a woman and he doesn't want to hurt her, he doesn't want to use her, and he wants to treat her right, and he wants to be faithful to her. That type of guy, most often, is going to be a guy who was raised by his father, who he saw his father love his mother, or stepfather love his mother, and he never saw this father figure cheat on his mother. He could have heard speculation, it could have been said, but he never could tell it himself, never saw it himself, never heard about it. So what he saw is a man loving a woman and being faithful to her. That is most often going to be the type of man that is faithful to his woman, not just love a woman. So it's because some men gonna say, I don't hate women, and I come from a single parent home. You might not hate her. Do you cheat on her? Are you asking her for threesomes? If you asking her for threesomes, you don't love her. If you do a threesome with your woman, you don't truly love her. You lust after her. You have love for her. You're not in love with her. Because when you truly, truly love a woman, all you want is that one woman. You don't even want female friends. You don't want women to be your friends. You may have colleagues, constituents. Hey, how you doing? Hey, and bye. You don't even want female friends. You want this one woman, and you want her in her entirety. From the crown of her head to the sole of her feet. That's all you want. You know why? You know why I can say this? Because I'm there. Because I've been on both sides. I've been the guy that had multiple women. I've been the guy that had multiple women. You can't look at me and tell me that men know men and men know what type of man could get women or had women. We if you didn't have multiple women, then we not speaking the same language. We not the same. I'm not here to argue with you if you've been with 5 women. I'm telling you, from a former dog, from a former womanizer to a 100% faithful man, this right here space, this all the way in love. I call the police if a woman asks me, can she have a threesome with me and my wife? I want to turn her into the law. That's how much I love my wife. What woman don't, hey, and this ain't no cap. You could do anything you want to do. Like, some guys done tried it. Some guys have tried to create a fake account or send a real woman that they know maybe is a sex worker or a dancer to my DMs to try to strike up a conversation. Look, you could do whatever you want to do if you believe that this cap. You could call Future. Tell Future he got all kind of ladies. Tell Drake, hey, get one of your ladies and try to get her to get this Tony Gaskins. I'm on my P's and Q's. I'm looking for it. I'm ready for it. I'm waiting on it because I'm really in love. I know what real love is like when I give my whole heart to a woman. But guess what? I still have self-love. If my wife took a stupid pill and she cheated on me, I wouldn't hate women because I have self-love. See, that's the highest level of love, self-love. See, a lot of y'all, you get mad with a woman who cheated on you and you take it out on other women. You hate other women because you don't love you. If my wife was stupid enough to cheat on me, guess what? That'll let me know we not on the same level. That'll let me know God calling me to higher, God calling me to greater. That God might be calling me to be Apostle Paul. And my wife is a human. I can't speak for what she'll do and for where she at. All I can speak for is me. I know I love me. I ain't putting all my hope and trust in a woman. I trust God. I trust that if my woman did take a stupid pill, God give me the strength to do what I have to do, to go on about my business. You see what I mean? So the issue with a lot of men is you depending on a woman to show you love and to give you love, but you don't love yourself. And so most often the way that a man learns to love a woman purely is through the example of another man that he respects or loves and admires. That is where that comes from. And so ladies, now when you think about this, now you see why men hate women. Because how many examples do you know personally of a faithful man in the household loving his woman purely without infidelity and being an example to his son? We really don't know of that. Like, it should be the norm. Like, out of every person we know, like all of our family members, all of our friends, all of our co-workers, out of every person we know, 80% of them should have this situation. But sit and go down through the people you know. Go down. I'm on my phone, so I can't look at my text. I was going to go through my text. Okay, who I text? Okay, I just was texting with him, single mom. I just was texting with him, single mom. Just was texting with him, mom and dad. But dad wasn't that, active or present. Okay. Just was checking with him. Okay, mom and dad, but dad wasn't that. The two guys that had their dad, they're not known to be cheaters. Like, they infidelity, if they doing something, it ain't just out there, it ain't just swinging on, but they had a dad in the home. The other one without a dad seemed to be is married and seemed to love and really be locked in and be there. And that's the other side of what I was going to talk about when I said most times a man who loves a woman purely and is faithful saw another man that he respected does it. The other time that it happens the most is when a man was raised by a single mother and he despises his dad, but that inspires and motivates him to be the absolute best man he can be. It pushes him and he says, I'm going to be everything you were not. And that's typically the two types of men, but that last example is much more rare because it takes self-motivation. It takes a whole lot of maturity. It takes a lot of, discipline, because you teaching yourself, you raising yourself. And that's why humans have parents, because it's very hard to raise yourself. If a baby is born and then just left to itself, it'll die because it can't feed itself. And so it can't just crawl right away and crawl to food and go and hunt and find food. See, baby humans are not like that. See, a baby animal, a lot of them can feed themselves, but even them, they have to be fed. Even baby animals have to be fed. So what you have to realize is it's hard for a man to what we call get it out the mud. It's hard for a man to get it out the mud in manhood. A man might get it out the mud but to go make money, but even with that, he's doing something that he saw somebody do. He saw a pro athlete that inspired him to emulate that athlete. He studied that athlete game and he copied that athlete game, and that's how he found his path and made his way. He saw a dope boy. He went to the dope boy. He said, hey, how can I get in? Can you front me a little something? I'm going to sell it at my middle school, at my high school. Boom, he get fronted, and then he in the game. So where does it come with fatherhood, with manhood? A man got to put you in the game. A man that you respect, that you look up to, he got to put you in the game. Now see, listen. Reason how I know this because I lived this and I was around it all my life. I was an athlete. I played basketball and football. I was always the best in my league in basketball. The people who played in my league, they'll want to say different. I averaged more points than anybody in my grade, in my league. In football, I was always the best running back, and I was the best running back because I was scared. I didn't like to hit, and I didn't like to get hit, so I was running for my life. That made me amazing at running back. I averaged 10 yards a carry in high school and 8 yards a carry in college, and because I was running for my life, but that always put me in the top of my field as a running back. And so I had access to a lot of girls coming up and then women as an adult. And I was always around men because I'm an athlete. So you playing sports, and so you on the bus, you with the team, you in the locker room. And so I got to see how men are built, how men are made, what shapes a man. And I study people because I was very quiet and I was very observant. That's how I could talk today for hours on end every single day, because I spent my life observing. And so I saw this and I saw the makeup of men. And what I realized is it takes a man to put a man in the game on manhood. The men who do cheat and beat and lie and manipulate, they learned that from another man. They learned that from their dad, from their uncle, from their brother, from their cousin. The way men view women, they learned that from another man. And see, here's the other thing. The other aspect of why men hate women. The other aspect is because we hate what we don't understand. The same reason whites hate blacks. And when I say this, it's not, of course, it's not every single person, but I'm speaking in generalities because that's what we're doing right here. It's going to be, of course, there's exceptions to the rules, but so understand what we're saying. The same reason whites hate blacks. The same reason the Germans hated the Jews. The same reason the fair skin hated the dark skin in every other part of the world. We hate what we do not understand. And so men do not understand women. Men don't understand the articulation of a woman. Men don't understand the mindset of a woman. Men look at women and feel like, oh, you spoiled. and not take into consideration that women did not have the rights that men had. Men say, oh, a woman is high maintenance. You got to buy all this stuff for her. You got to do her hair, do her nails. You got to pay for all of this. The man got to work and provide the living. And you got to do all of this for the woman. The man get the short end of the stick, and the woman just get catered. She get took care of. She can stay home. But men never, on average, understand what I'm speaking, general, on average, men never take to consider the plight of the woman. Because most men were not touched as a child. Most men. There are a lot of men who were, but it's a very small percent. It's a much smaller percentage for men. Guess what? 90% of the women I've met was touched as a child. But for men, I was not touched as a child. Me being a man and talking to men and talking to my homeboys, the guys who were touched as a child, you can tell it. It changes their countenance. It changes their demeanor. The women who were touched as a child, you can't necessarily tell it, because women have a different type of emotional intelligence. Some you can, if she went through a whole lot, it can change her whole demeanor. But there's a lot of women, there are women who are professors, who are CEOs, who your mother, your sister, your wife that was touched as a child, and a man will never know it unless she tells him. And then some men, because of his preconceived notions, some men play on that and take advantage of that. See, this is the truth that we don't want to hear. This is the truth that men don't want to confront. And this is the problem with our world. This is why we in the situation that we in, because men see women as opponents. Men out here taking pride in putting a woman down and putting a woman in her place. What is her place? What is her place? Where did God make her? He didn't make her as a footstool. He didn't make her as less than. When it says weaker vessel, that don't mean inadequate. That doesn't mean less than. That doesn't mean less of a human. It means to be protected. It means to be cared for. It means to be cherished. Not to be beat on, not to be cheated on, not to be cursed out, not to be manipulated. And this the thing. This is why men don't have peace. You can't have peace if you don't protect and provide for that which God has given you. God placed a woman in a man's life for a reason. Not to be lied to and manipulated and deceived and controlled and cheated on and beat on. And this the thing. Men are so strong in our opinions that millions of women have bought into the mistreatment that men have normalized. Women are attacking women to say, you need to shut up and be submissive and know your place. Women are condoning threesomes. Women are condoning open relationships. Women are condoning cheating. So many women are saying, listen, I can't control you. I can't change you. I can't tame you. Do with me what you want. You want another woman in the bed? Okay. You want an open relationship? Okay. You want to cheat? Okay. That is a trick of the enemy, because a house divided cannot stand. But see, and it's happening in certain demographics, in certain neighborhoods, and it plays in with poverty and racism and discrimination. All of it works together. Everything affects everything. Everything affects everything. And it affects every race to a certain degree, some way more than others. And when you look at it and you analyze in your own life, you'll see your own statistics. Because some people throw out statistics. But the thing about it is, don't nobody fill out surveys. So even the statistic that you're reading on a website, that don't mean they're accurate. Look at your life. Look at your life. So I'll read a statistic, But then when I look around and I go to 100 men, the 100 men that I just went to and evaluated don't fall in that statistic. My numbers out this 100 don't line up with the statistic I just read. The 1,000 that I evaluated don't line up with the statistic that I read. So you got to look at your life. You got to look around you, and that's going to determine your reality and your truth, because you're going to get to see with your own eyes the makeup of real men versus grown boys. And this is the thing. A lot of grown boys have a platform. And listen, if you are a man like myself and you believe in a level playing field, you believe in respecting the mind of a woman and not trying to control or manipulate or deceive a woman, then you're not really going to have no huge platform. And you're going to have very few men that support. Because this what I'm doing, this is what they call simp. This is what they, all kind of words for it. PAN. I don't choose to use curse words, but that's all kind of words that men will use to describe a man like me. But that's okay. I'm okay with that, because I'm a real man, and I'm okay with my manhood. I know who I am. I know who I am. I know what I'm capable of. And I done been on both sides. I've been the man that did everything wrong to a woman. Everything. When I went on Oprah, a lot of people look up and they Google me and they say Tony Gass went on Oprah and Tyra Banks. That was me talking about when I used to strong arm women. That was me talking about when I was a toxic, controlling, abusive male. I've been the worst of the worst. Now I'm on here. Now I'm on the other side of it. I tried everything else. I've been the dominating, controlling, toxic male. Now I'm a healthy, whole, loving man. And I see the difference in my peace. I see the difference in my wealth. I see the difference in my health. I see the difference in my mindset, my mentality. I see the difference. I done been on both ends of the spectrum. I know what it's like. I done walked through that path. That's how I can identify pain when I see it, because I done been there. That's how I know a grown boy when I see him, because I done been one. See, real recognize real. So you know who look familiar when you done been there. And our world is broken and we tore down because of the miseducation of black men. And that's what I'm worried about. And yeah, it's other races of men that's miseducated, but what did I just say? I speak on what I done been through. I ain't never been a white man. I ain't never been an Asian man. I ain't never been a Hispanic man. All I've ever been is a black man. And I'm around black men, and this is what I'm seeing. I do not myself personally get to see the amount of black men that I want to see treating a wife, not no longtime girlfriend, not no baby mama, a wife. If she good enough to sleep with, marry her. Why? Because we need stability. We need your children to see stability. If you messed it up with baby mama number 1, baby mama number 2, baby mama number 3, get it right with baby mama number 4. Like, be the man in that household to the children that's in that household, because you can't be the man to the children that's in the other household. Like, don't keep two wrongs don't make a right. Don't keep repeating the cycle. Like, find a time where you say, okay, I'm finna get this thing right. When you say, look, okay, I done beat on women. Okay, I done cheated on women. I done controlled women. I done manipulated women. I done did this and did that to women. Okay, I done did that. Okay, what did it bring me? Did it bring me an everlasting peace? Did it bring me an indescribable happiness? What did it bring me? Did it bring me wealth? Was it the reason for my wealth? Was it the reason for my success? Me cheating and manipulating and deceiving and controlling? No. Okay, so now you have to say, okay, all right, if I want to be a man is about accepting responsibility. A man is about taking control of your life. So if I want to be a man, so now let me do something I've never done. Let me treat this woman with utmost respect. Let me treat this woman the way I would want a man to treat my daughter. If I had a daughter, if you don't have a daughter. Let me treat this woman like that. Let me treat my wife. Let me marry this woman that I got on her back, that I got popping out kids. Let me marry this woman because she done sacrificed for me. She done been there for me. And let me treat her with respect. Let me talk to her like a dignified human being and stop talking to her like she's a child, like she's less than. Let me talk to her like she's an educated woman, because she is, with school or without school. See, education don't come from a university. It's a lot of dumb people with doctorate degrees. It's a lot of dumb people with master's degrees. I don't even have a bachelor's degree. But you know what? It's doctorates who, what they earn in a year, God blessed me to earn in a day. But you know when that blessing come? Those blessings came after I learned how to treat my woman. And it was, and it had nothing to do with me toiling in the field. It had nothing to do with my knees, with my calves, with my arms. It had nothing to do with that. It was my mind that God used to teach me how to earn a living. But that type of peace and that type of clarity. So, listen, I started earning seven figures because sometimes somebody asks me what is six figures. That's $100,000 to $999,999. Seven figures mean $1 million, okay? $1 million up to 8 figures, which when you go to 10 million. And so when I started earning seven figures, I'm going to tell you the truth. I didn't have to leave my house with and I don't have any staff. I have nobody on payroll to earn seven figures. I don't have to leave my house to earn seven figures. I don't have to sweat to earn seven figures. I don't have to tear a bicep. I don't have to tear an ACL or MCL to earn seven figures. It's all from my mind. So what I'm doing to earn seven figures, guess what? I can do it until the day that I die. And so, but let me help you understand something. In order for me to create on that level, I didn't gain that level of peace and wisdom and clarity until I learned how to treat my wife. See, everything affects everything. So you have to understand what is the main thing. You cannot produce good if you hate women. You cannot receive the bountiful blessings that your Creator has for you if you are hating the creation that He created to be your partner. If you hate her, when I say hate her, I mean if you are lying to her, you hate her. If you are deceiving her, you hate her. If you are manipulating her, you hate her. If you are disrespecting her, talking down to her, you hate her. If you're cheating on her, you hate her. If you're beating on her, you hate her. You cannot receive everything that your Creator has for you if you hate her. You have to understand it's a transfer of energy. What goes around comes around. What you sow, you shall reap. You have to understand that. You got to get out of this mindset that a woman is your opponent and that she out to get you. Because guess what? If you become your highest self, then a woman who is out to get you, she will have sirens on her. You will see her. When them women show up in my DM, it's like a glow. It's like a light is on them that I could see. You is a demon. You is a Jezebel. You is Delilah trying to come take the strength of Samson. Woman, be ye dismissed. Satan, I rebuke you. Get thee behind me. You will see her when you become your highest self. When you learn what self-love is. When you stop giving into the ways of society that has defined manhood for you. Let me ask you this. Why don't you see rich, white men with all of the ice and jewelry that you see rich black men with? Other than Tyler Hero. But after that, so let me ask you this. How many rappers or men who got a lot of ice, who show you their ice and show you their clothes and show you their cars, also show you the properties they own, show you the deed? You ain't got to show the address, but this what we have to get to as men and understanding manhood. We flexing things, but really don't have ownership. We stacking up money, but ain't got the money growing. And then we'll give our money to a white man because we don't even respect black men. We don't even value the mindset of black men. I don't know what color Al Heyman is, but a lot of boxers have him as a manager. I assume I think he's a black man. And I know he got Sam Watkins working with him. And then we see that, and then we see LeBron James with Maverick Carter. Other than that, we really don't know a whole lot of, we got a few others out there, but we really don't know a whole lot of black men who the NBA player take his homeboy and say, look, you get the education and the training, and you gonna manage my money. Listen, I learned how to trade stocks and learn how to invest in my future and learn how to invest in my children's college fund on my own. I do my own money management because it ain't rocket science. It ain't rocket science. But I took the hours and I spent the hours getting the knowledge on every aspect. So I taught myself. But guess what? It's black men who earn more than me but don't trust me. And never ask me a question about how to build a mailing list. And my mailing list earned me 7 figures. Never ask me how to build a mailing list, how to expand my brand, how to have multiple streams of income, but will go to a white man or a Asian man and empty his bank account to pay him because of his skin color. And I get on the phone with men of other races and run circles around them. Ask them questions that they cannot answer. And I know on the other end of the phone, they're like, oh my goodness, this is not a dumb end. So this is probably not going to be for you because I see you have a lot of questions and I see you have a lot of, there's some apprehension here and so this probably is not the best, investment vehicle for you. Hey, you're doing a great job. Everything you're doing is on point, hey, good talking to you and I'm going to let you go. I will talk. Because they used to men who look like me not having no questions and just trusting their skin color and not trusting my own. Not trusting my skin color. That's what they used to. And so we have been deceived about what manhood is. We hate ourselves. That's why we don't even put our own people in positions to win and power. Instead, we give them fish. instead of teaching them how to fish. We give them fish. Well, oh, here go your car. Here go your house. Instead of saying, hey, take this certification to learn how to do taxes, to learn how to repair credit, to learn how to be a real estate agent. And then I'm going to invest in that. We just say, hey, here go your house, here go your car, what else ever you need from it. And then we get stressed. And then we so stressed because everybody need us. And we take care of all these kids that we have from different women. And then everybody need us. And then we get stressed. So then what we do, we take stress out on our woman. Or on your women. Because some of you got multiple women. And then you using the woman as an energy dump. Because every time you have that it's a release from your brain. Just like when you snorting powder. I don't snort powder. Some of y'all do. And pop pills and smoke weed and get drunk and do all of that to numb the pain. It ain't doing nothing for you. You ain't never seen no study that say marijuana is going to add years to your life. You ain't never seen that study that say if you smoke marijuana, you living to 100 years old, guaranteed. You ain't never seen that. You doing that for pain. That's medicinal. That help you take your mind off your failures. That help you take your mind off your shortcomings. That help you take your mind off of your relationship with your baby mamas that's not good. That help you take your mind off of not being able to be in the home with your kids. That's pain medicine. Guess what? I don't need it. I don't get drunk. I don't smoke weed. I don't pop pills. I don't gamble. I don't masturbate. I don't watch pornography. I'm telling you the whole truth. You can't even believe it. You can't even believe it. Oh, man, that cow. Oh, that cow. Oh, that big cow. Oh, that big. Man, hey, man, all them, man. Listen, I listen to the man video. Oh, what his name? Tony Haskin. I listen to the video. Man, that big cow. He lying. Because I know a chick that's sleeping with him right now. I call her right now. Hey, hold on. Yeah, hey, Bianca. Hey, what you told? Hey, didn't you tell me that loose booty sleeping with Tony Gaskin? You know the one on Instagram who be always talking about always be man bashing. Didn't you tell me Bianca sleeping with him? Hold on, let me put you on speakerphone. Say it again. Yeah, that's what I heard. I can't say for sure, but that's what my friend told me that Tony Gaskins is sleeping with her or used to try to sleep with her. I don't know though. I can't really say, but you know all the men cheating on their wife. That's your argument. But what I'm trying to tell you is when I learned what real manhood is, when I accept the responsibility for my life, and then I learned that taught me how to treat people. And when I started treating people different, starting first with my wife, that's when everything fell into place. That's when everything fell in place. That's when that real peace came. That's when the real clarity came. That's when the real breakthrough came. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So listen, you got to understand this right here. You got to understand this right here. What I'm trying to tell you is understand. You have to stop hating women. You got to stop taking your pain out on women. Because that's breaking down society. It's breaking down your family. When you think your kids don't know, they know. Because a child know when his or her mama is clicking on all cylinders. A child know when his or her mama is at 100%. That child know. And that child know where his mama pain come from. See, a lot of guys who have become rich, Ray, you can bring it in here. You can bring it in here. My wife bring me some lunch. A lot of guys who have become rich, they associate their mom's pain and misery with a job. So the first thing they want to do is retire their mama and buy their mama a house. Your mama pain didn't come from the job. She actually thankful for the job because the job paid her. So she actually thankful for the job.
Paper?
Huh?
Put on that paper maybe.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you. I appreciate it. She actually thankful for the job because the job is what allowed her to feed you. See, if she hated her job, it's because she went to the job already unhappy. But she unhappy with how your daddy was treating her. See, if your daddy was loving her, and if your daddy was respecting her, and your daddy was there for her, and your daddy was there for you, and he was a real man, yeah, he was in the house, but if he really loved her, she'd have had a smile on her face. Because ain't nothing else. Love is the greatest gift given to mankind. So ain't nothing else would have mattered. Oh, what you say? Oh, what you say, boss man? Oh, you need me to file the paper? Hey, give me the paper. Hey, who else got some papers over there? Hey, let me file the papers too. Yeah, hey, well, I'm over here filing all these papers today. Ooh. Oh, hey, baby, how you doing? Oh, okay, what's with them? Oh, okay, you gonna pick it up? Okay, all right, I love you. Bye. That's how she is. She happy. Guess what? I get to live with that. I get to see that. I get to see that. I get to experience that. I get my 13-year-old son, and I always say this. My 13-year-old son got straight A's, no A minuses, and he go to a hard school. In the 8th grade, he doing 11th grade work. He doing 10th grade work. He doing work that I never did in all my years of school. That I never did. In the 8th grade, he doing work I ain't doing 12th grade. I'm like, what kind of school is this, boy? Straight A's, no A minuses. You know what his lowest grade is? 97%. And guess what? It ain't the whole school. He the only boy. He's the only boy in his grade. But guess what? His mama is smart, but she's at peace. The smarts don't mean nothing if I was cheating on her. The smarts don't mean nothing if I was putting hands on her. The smarts don't mean nothing if I was stressing her out, lying, manipulating, talking down to her, disrespecting her. The smarts don't mean nothing. So she able to use all of her to help her son. But guess what? Because I tapped in, my wife don't have to work unless she want to work. So if she say, hey, in this season, I'd rather be with my kids than to be 40 hours on somebody else's job. I'd rather be 40 hours with my kids. So if she say that, and that's what she said, but she's able to do that in peace. She don't need retail therapy. Yeah, she shop, but it ain't therapy. It ain't for stress relief because I'm causing her stress. It's just it's icing on the cake. You see what I'm saying? So it don't do you no good to just provide for a woman financially. You also have to provide emotionally. How do you talk to her? How do you look at her? How do you treat her even when she's not around? How do you see her flaws? Do you pick at, nitpick, pinpoint all her flaws and throw them in her face while ignoring your own? Do you get offended when she got some feedback or a request for you? Do you get defensive? See, we don't want to talk about this. All we want to do as being a man, I'm not saying that women are perfect. I'm not saying that women are the best thing since sliced bread. I'm not saying that they just cannot do wrong. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, as a man, you have to take responsibility for your life. And no matter what a woman has done to you, and no matter what life has done to you, another woman should never bear the brunt of your pain, of your misery, of your ignorance. You have to do the work on you. And the woman that you choose, hopefully she chooses you. And if she don't choose you, don't take that out on the next woman. But the woman, when you take and you see her as perfect, even though she's imperfect, when you allow her flaws to make her perfect, and you treat her as the best thing that has happened to your life, because this is your wife. This is who you will bring children into the world with. This is your most important asset in your life. She is an asset to you, not a liability. When you treat her like that, then watch the way the rest of the world starts to open up to you. Watch the opportunities. Watch the wisdom and the clarity and the peace that comes to you. Watch what happens. Watch what happens. I'm telling you, I done lived it. I can't even tell you everything bad that I done to a woman, because every woman listening to this will hate me. They wouldn't even be able to receive me because I done been that man. And now I'm this man. And I know the difference. And I'm here to tell you. Listen to what I'm telling you. You got to make that shift. See, you might not have the science to do it in every aspect of life. You might not know how to make the shift in business. You might not know how to go from good to great in your sport or on your job. You might not fully understand that, or maybe you understand that perfectly. But the one thing that you fail to understand is how to treat a woman. And see, I can't even say treat her the way you would want somebody to treat your daughter, because some men don't even know how to treat their daughter. Some men don't even know how to treat their daughter. But when you're dealing with this woman, treat her as if the God you believe in, whoever that is, you know, I know there are all kind of beliefs out there. Do you believe you the biggest on the earth? Or if you believe you the biggest and ain't nothing higher than you, ain't nothing greater than you, and there ain't no supernatural powers and nothing like that, then okay, God bless you. All right, God bless you. Whoever you respect, talk to her and treat her like that person is standing right there. If it's Jesus, if it's God, if it's Muhammad, Elijah, if it's the dinosaurs, if it's Namaste, Buddha, who, if it's your mama, if it's your grandma, talk to your woman and treat your woman like your savior, your creator, or the greatest person you ever met is standing right there, and treat her like that. Talk to her and treat her a way that you want somebody to treat your daughter. If you know how to treat your daughter, if you love your daughter, if you got a daughter, or if you had a daughter. Come with that level of respect. Come with that level of peace. And learn as a man how to control yourself. That little attitude, and I'm talking to myself right now, because every day I'm working. Every day I'm like, okay, I need to not be snappy now. Make sure I ain't get no attitude. I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Let me gather myself. Emotional intelligence. Okay, boom. Because I'm steering this ship. I'm the head of my household. So everybody looking to me. My wife looking to me. My sons looking. I got 2 sons, 13 and 6. They looking to me. So if I'm frazzled, if I got to go get high to get through my day, my sons, my daddy weak. He need a drug. We don't even realize that. My daddy need a drug. The coke. But that drug ain't helping him. His lips getting black. His lungs getting black. My daddy need alcohol. My daddy need pills. My daddy keep gambling. What do he keep losing money? Do he got my college fund set up? My daddy doing illegal scamming. Drug dealing. Is he thinking about when he get caught? Because everybody get caught. Frank Lewis got caught. Ricky Freeway Ross got caught. BMF got caught. Everybody get caught. So is he thinking about how I'm going to feel when he in the federal penitentiary? You see what I'm saying? Your children, they looking up to you. What you think you doing and you patting yourself on the back. Oh, I provide. I provide. You got to do more than that. It ain't just about your finances. It's about your emotional stability. It's about your spiritual stability. It's about your physical stability. It's about your decision making. That's what this about. This bigger. This bigger than your ego. This bigger than your pain. This bigger than your trauma. You got to do the work on you. Listen, it's therapists out there. It's life coaches out there. You come to me. You come to me. I ain't got time for everybody now. I can't help every single person now, but these videos, sit with these videos. If you know, sit with these videos too. And just listen to this video 10 times. Play this every day you going to work. You're going to hear something different every time. Because I guarantee you, it's something I said that you start thinking about your daddy. You start thinking about your mama. You start thinking about your baby mama. You start thinking about your ex. And you miss my next 3 to 5 sentences. So listen to this every day until it get in your spirit. And I'm going to tell you, if you got a woman, that's the closest human to you. If you got a woman, especially if you sleeping with her, then that make her the closest human to you, because who else you sticking your thing in? And if you sticking your thing in other people, then you need to stop. You need to stop. If this woman right here with you, she's sacrificing for you, make her your number one, make her your only one. And then you start with her. And you learn how to live life and be a man through her. I'll be honest with you. I read a quote one time. It said, "A man's strength is in his gentleness," and that stuck with me. And I say myself that a man's rite of passage, meaning, in order to become a man, you got to learn how to treat a woman purely. I don't care if you could make $1 billion. I don't care if you could make $1 billion. You're not a man if you don't know how to treat God's creation that was created to stand beside you. If you don't know how to respect her, you don't respect your creator. You're a man of no dignity. You're a man of no integrity. If you lying to her, you can't be trusted in business. If you deceiving, you manipulating the person that's doing the most for you, she receiving your children. She receiving your STDs. If you going out here catching them. She's receiving you. She there for you. If you can't treat her right, I don't want no parts of you. We ain't making millions together. I don't want to do business with you. I don't want to do business with you. I don't want to have nothing to do with you, because you can't be trusted. You can't, I'm thorough. I'm 10-toed down in these streets. No, you ain't. You're a snitch. No, you ain't. You're a snitch. You're a snitch. You'll steal. You'll rob. And guess what? You'll get killed. Because you ain't never learned how to treat the one that's right next to you. The one that's closest to you. The one that's 10-toed down for you. You want a pat on the back because you real with other men? You real with other men? But what about your woman? That's who you need to be real with. These other men is the same ones that'll stab you in your back. This woman here lying on her back for you. But you putting men before her. This woman here carrying your children. But you treat your homeboys better than you treat her. They can't have no child for you. They can't do nothing for you. A lot of them riding off for you. A lot of them using you. Which one of them making you money? Okay, if they making you money, that's all they could do. This woman here could reproduce life. Come on now, you got to get your priorities in order. Every person you know ought to be envious of the way you treat your woman. That's what I tapped into in my life, and I'm telling you, it changed everything. I'll never be the same. I sing this message every single day for the rest of my life. Call me what you want to call me, but I guarantee you ain't got my peace. Guaranteed. Hey, this Tony Gaskin. God bless you. We'll talk soon.